welcome to T3, where we talk about tools and tips and techniques and all kinds of fun things, coming to you every Tuesday. I am Kim Kesti, Creative Director here at Fun Stampers Journey and Spellbinders. So happy to be back with you. Now we are getting busy for our fun new launch party show that we're launching this Saturday, August 10th. Mark your calendars. Oh, awesome. Look at you, Roy. You got the save the date right there. So yes, we are having a 4-hour show on Saturday just to launch so many new fun things, new products and demos, and we're going to have giveaways and prizes and all that fun stuff. But you know what? I couldn't let T3 slip by. I have so much fun joining you every Tuesday. So I'm going to share a really fun card today. It's kind of a summery, fun, bright card. I'm going to be using some fun products, including our Clearview sheets, which those of you who might not know about them, I'll kind of walk you through what we're going to do today. Let's take a look at our products. Again, our Clearview sheets are really just exactly what they sound like. They're our fun acetate sheets, gorgeous, crystal clear, 8.5 by 11, perfect for shaker cards and all kinds of different projects. I am not going to do a shaker card today. I'm going to use it in a little bit different way. But I'm going to tease you a little bit. I'm not going to start with the actual clear part of my card today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with our stamp set, which is kind of one of those tried and true. We've had this stamp set around for a little while, and it's still one of my absolute favorites. Stamps beautifully. There's so many different techniques you can do with it. It is called the Dahlia Burst. So this is the Dahlia Burst stamp set, and it has a matching die, which makes it all the better, I think. I'm going to be using the die also as we move along here. So I have a few of the stamps already on my clear blocks here, and you can see that they're gorgeous. And our stamps are, as always, red rubber, deeply etched, gorgeous, gorgeous. Make great impressions. But this time I wanted to kind of give you a different coloring technique. Now this is going to be probably the simplest coloring technique you've ever seen in your life for our Dahlia stamp set, or really any kind of flower, any kind of image you're talking about. I've got Watermelon Fusion ink, I've got one of our daubers, and this is going to look like a little bit of a mess when I start, but hang with me, okay? I'm just loading up my dauber with Watermelon Fusion ink, and I'm just going to go to town on the cardstock. Just kind of give myself a nice blobby piece of color here. I'm going to do it again because I'm going to stamp 2 flowers. And again, am I super worried about having this blended perfectly? No, I can tell I've used the sponge a long time. It's starting to come apart. I can tell that I've got, some little edges from my sponges, little marks on here. All good. Doesn't bother me. Now I'm going to do a couple splotches with the same exact technique using Limeade Splash. I kind of took that off pretty fast. So Limeade Splash ink. I want enough for a couple of leaves here. So I kind of just make 2 little blobs. And really when I'm adding this ink to the paper, I want it to be not even. Like that's the look I'm going for. I want darker spots, medium spots, and light spots. So again, don't take a lot of time blending it, making it beautiful. Just get in there and add some color to your paper. So, love how this looks. Good start. Now I'm going to take my black licorice ink. I think I have in my drawer right here. Always keep extra black licorice ink hanging around, that's for sure. Do the larger Dahlia first. So I'm just inking it real good with my black ink. Now this is where you want to take a little bit extra care, an extra few seconds, and kind of look at what your ink is doing down here. When I stamp the Dahlia, I want to make sure that the center part is where I think the darkest part of my ink blotch is, okay? And then it's going to go to lighter, and then might even go to hardly any pink at all. So I'm just going to kind of position my stamp here. I'm just going in, and I kind of want that really pretty gradient image. So that's what you can see I've got there. Let me stamp the smaller one, and then I'll see if Roy can get in a little bit closer, just to show you the really pretty effect of it. I'm choosing to go a little bit higher on this blob right here to get in. So see what I'm talking about, where I've got the darker ink like right there in the middle of the flower, and then as it fades out to the edge of the petals, you can see that it really just kind of blends out. Now anything that looked blotchy or weird or inky or spongy, once you've stamped this detailed stamp on top, all of that just goes away. It just really kind of disappears. You have none of that look left. Show you the same thing with my 2 leaves. So again, you can see I kind of stamping a little bit off center because I want that lighter green to show there. Maybe I'll do this one even more dramatic. Yeah, See, the tip of my leaf hardly has any green at all, and that's exactly the look I'm going for. So fun, easy, super easy way to color. Let me bring my die cutting machine in real quick. I'm gonna have to do this in 2 passes. So I can get all my little flowers cut here. Again, matching die is so awesome. I'm gonna get it flipped around the right way. All right, there we go. All right, matching that little guy up. I think the beauty of the stamp even pops out even more once you do the die cutting. Like, look how gorgeous is that, right? So pretty, and you can see where I've got, ink where it doesn't go all the way to the edge, and that's exactly the look I'm wanting. So pretty, right? Okay, let's do our smaller one. That one lined up a little bit quicker. Sometimes you have to spin them around and find the sweet spot there. I don't always do die cutting when I do my T3s because I know that you guys don't always want to watch cut after cut after cut, but these are pretty quick and easy, so I thought you wouldn't mind bearing with me. So if anyone's out there commenting, you guys can let me know what crafts you're working on. Are you working on anything super fun and special? I know summer is kind of winding down. I guess I feel that way because school is starting, but temperature-wise, it's not winding down. Am I right, Roy? Got Roy in the studio here with me.
It's just August. It's not winding down.
It's not winding down. Well, because school started. You girls are back in school, right? Are they?
Yes, my girls are in school.
Girls are back in school.
Very hot, and we still have like 2 more months.
It is true. It is true. Okay, let me just show you the flowers one more time because I did, when I was doing the card earlier, I did the same flower in haystack, and I loved how it looked. It was so pretty. So I just wanted to share that with you. I didn't end up using the yellow one on my finished card, but I love how it looks with the haystack ink. So try it with all the different colors of ink. I think that's what's going to be really fun with this technique, is experimenting with your favorite colors. All right, so now let's get into the kind of the clear view part of our card. What I've got here is I've got a pool play card base, and then I've got my clear sheet here, which of course is not easy to see because it is clear, but I cut this the same size as my card front. So basically it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Oh, I'm seeing Carol's comment that her son broke his wrist. Carol, that's so sad. But I'm glad you're making a card for him. Oh, someone else is busy in the garden. This is true. We don't always have all the time for crafting in the summer. I understand. But it is fun to kind of get prepped up and ready for crafting season to begin, which I do agree is kind of more in the fall. Okay, so let me walk you through what I'm doing here. So I'm bringing my trimmer in, and I've got my card base, just the normal size card base, just pool play, folded exactly in half, looks good. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to cut away part of this front so I can replace it with my clear sheet. So this is very cool. Oh, Cheryl just ordered this set. I'm so excited. She's going to love the dahlia. So what I'm doing here is I'm using my score line where I folded my card, and I'm moving it up to the 1 inch mark. By the way, the FSJ trimmer is so amazing. And it also has marks on both sides, so you can measure front, back, sideways, whatever. So I'm leaving an inch on my card front. I'll show you that a little bit better here. Okay, so see? Cut off the whole front except for 1 inch. Check. Okay, so now I've got this extra piece, but I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to use this too. I'm going to cut a few more strips. I'm going to cut another 1 inch strip. That's going to be for the bottom of my card. Oh, and the blades are replaceable, by the way. They do pop off. And then I'm going to do this one 1 inch, but I'm going to go just slightly under 1 inch just by moving it on my trimmer a little bit, because this is going to be how I'm going to back up the card. Did my blade go in there right? Start at the top on this one. Okay. And then another strip just like that.
A lot of crafty people doing crafty things in the chat.
People are still doing crafts. Good. They're not all out enjoying the lake and the summer and the garden. And I'm glad someone's still crafting.
No, they're making notebook holders and ceramic Christmas
good.
trees and ornaments.
I love
and
that.
Birthday cards.
Okay, so I've got basically my 1 inch at the top here, my 1 inch at the bottom. This is going to bracket my clear sheet. And then I've got a couple strips that I'm going to put on the back because I want to cover my adhesive, which you'll see what I'm talking about in just a second here. Okay, so I've got my front flap, and I'm going to put some adhesive here. And I'm going to come in with my clear sheet. I'm putting it, I don't want to put it straight up to the score line, but, you know, just below it. Okay, so now when I close my card, you can see it kind of already coming together. I've got my clear front of my card here. I could stop right here, but because I want to adhere some flowers to the front, I went ahead and added a strip along the bottom. So I've got my 1 inch strip at the bottom too. So now I've got what basically is kind of a window, right? So fun. I love how this is coming together. Honestly, I've never done this type of a card front before. I've done different things with clear V sheets, but never exactly like this. So I love it. So now you can see that I have adhesive showing. So I'm like, I don't really like that. So that's why I'm going to take advantage of those pieces that I cut because, you know, I already had them cut, so why not? And I'm just going to go in and just put a panel on the top and the bottom and just hide that adhesive. Works out perfectly. All right, and it does add a little more stability to my card too, because I want this card to be able to stand up right when I'm done. I want it to have enough stability to do that so my recipient can enjoy it. They prop it up somewhere. Okay, so now I'm going to come in with my flowers. I'm going to show you how I'm going to adhere those in a second, but first I'm going to work on the sentiment. So what I have now is the perfect stamp set for a card where you can see the inside, right? You get where I'm going? So this is the inside and out stamp set. This has got all of our fun little sentiments, which have the outside of every card sentiment, and then the coordinating fun little phrase for the inside. So I'm going to be using the thanks on the outside. There's my thanks. And then I'm going to be using the coordinating inside sentiment, which says, not just for the big things, but for all the wonderful little things too. Aw, so cute. I think I'm going to stamp the inside first, just so I can kind of get that centered. Where'd my black go? See, my black is always running away, I'm telling you. And I'm not going to measure this or worry too much about it, but I do want to kind of go for it basically in the middle of my panel here. Some firm, even pressure there. Very nice. So you can see how cute that's going to be. Kind of through my window, even when I have my flowers there, it's going to just peek right out through. Love that, so cute. And then this guy, I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit more of my white I had earlier. My whipped cream. Oops, I don't know if I got ink all the way at the bottom. And then I'm just stamping out my thanks. Isn't that pretty? So bold. I got that really cool handwritten look there. And my little scissors out. I'm going to quickly fussy cut this sentiment. This one doesn't have a die. Too bad. But this one's not bad to just kind of cut right around the little thanks word here. You could leave it as a strip or cut it like into a little banner or something. That would be super cute too. But as I started putting this card together, I thought, oh, this little word is really cute, like right in with my flowers. So that's why I'm fussy cutting it. I think those of you who are watching should leave a comment. I saw the one viewer, I think her name was Carol, that said she just bought the stamp set. But who else already has this Dahlia stamp set? I know a lot of you out there have it, so chime in if you already have it.
Tracy says she's made a whole sheet of the dahlias.
Oh, yay! You mean she's made them like right now as she's watching? That would be cool. Okay, so I've got my little foam square, so I'm going to give you one extra tip since this is T3, and I try to give you extra little tips when you're putting your cards together. Since I took the effort to cover up my adhesive on the back side, when I attach these flowers, I don't want to go crazy with my foam squares because I don't want them to show through my acetate, okay? Through my Clearview sheet. So I'm just putting a couple of foam squares at the bottom where I know that they're going to hit this card and not show. So right around there, I'm kind of more or less centering that flower. So see, no foam squares in the back. You will see the back of this, and obviously you could color it a little bit or add a little bit more of that watermelon ink. That would be totally cool, but it's not really necessary. Putting a couple more squares on my little dahlia. I'm gonna tuck this one in here. Making sure my foam doesn't show. It doesn't. Yay! And now this leaf right here is going to be kind of different. My leaf is going to tuck behind there, so I'm actually putting the foam square on top of my stamped image. Okay, so kind of weird, but I know that it's tucking in behind here. So again, it's not going to show because it's going to be tucked behind my flower. So just keep in mind where you're putting your foam squares. It's really not that big a deal if they do show even. I'm sure your recipient won't care, but you know, it's like, well, if I'm making the effort, I might as well try to get it going. So see how pretty? So we've kind of got our flowers going along. I have covered up a little bit of my sentiment, but again, my idea is that this is going to sit like on somebody's desktop or whatever, and you'll just be able to peek at that cute little inside sentiment there. So a couple more things to finish on the front, and then I'll show you one extra step I did for finishing my card.
Samantha's daughter has a best friend named Dahlia.
Oh, really? That's cool. I love flower names for girls. So cute. Dahlia.
Me too. Actually, Jasmine,
Totally.
Rose, Daisy.
So there we go. So I'm popping up my things kind of right on my flower there. I thought it really kind of popped on my card. I did have this fun die cut that I was messing with for another card, and then it was one of those great opportunities. So this is our Border Basics die, and this has got 4 really cute borders. This is just more or less the plainest of the scallop borders. But I started looking at it going, oh my gosh, look how cute would it be if I kind of popped it right in here on my card. I love it so much. So I'm going to pop that guy in there. Again, I want to make sure my adhesive doesn't show through to the front. It goes about here. I got to see how much. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay, so this is a die cut. I think this is about 6 inches long. Oops, I don't think I got it quite straight. So I'm going to have to trim just a little smidge off either end, but that's super easy. With 2 little snips. So again, love how that little scallop kind of peaks. So that kind of added just that fun little flair. Now I'm going to bring in some of my string. I won't go through this whole thing. I'll show you my finished card. But I took a long length of our white twine, which I love the white. It's right here. It's kind of more of a thread. We call it our journey thread in the whipped cream. And then I'm just going to wrap it around this top panel because I wanted a little cute kind of fluffy wuffy. I'll use a super technical term. A little fluffy wuffy at the top of my card here. So I wrapped it 4 times around. And then at first I'm just going to knot it. Just a simple knot. And then I'm going to add another bow. And those of you who know about our triple bow know the magic of the triple bow. And if you don't know the magic of the triple bow, then you can definitely check out our YouTube channel, which has a great tutorial on how to do it. But what I did for my final card is I did a triple bow of the twine here, and then I added one of our pretty sparkle buttons here. So I have a whole handful here. They're super pretty and got this wonderful glitter inside of them. And then I use these 2 ends to tie the bow and the button together. But let me show you the finished card, which pretty much looks very similar to the one I'm working on with you. But again, the finishing touch of the bow, absolutely darling. And it's got that fun little sparkle button, which I think kind of reflects the whole idea of the clear front of the card, right? So cute. And then I kind of left my tails a little bit longer. I did add a little bit of journey glaze on my sentiment. Here's our just our small bottle of journey glaze. And I thought that just added, again, just a little bit of a gloss and a little bit of shine on that sentiment. But how cute that the sentiment just peeks through the inside one. And so simple, but so cute. And just somehow just that little bit of extra for your card. I don't know, I'm going to move this machine. I don't know if Roy can we get the front shot? I'm going to like prop this open. Oh yeah, there we go. Check it out. I'm going to move my little thing here. But this is totally how I pictured it. Just kind of sitting on, you know, a desk or whatever, and then having that fun, clear view shining right through. So cute. Love it. Alrighty. So I hope that you have enjoyed today's version of T3, which is all about tools and tips and techniques, all of which hopefully I used today in today's video. If you have any questions about any of our supplies, of course, visit us at funstampersjourney.com or spellbinderspaperarts.com. You can find all of our stuff in either place. It's all good. It's all there. And if you have any questions, of course, just leave them in the comments. I always go back and I love to enjoy answering your questions and interacting with you a little bit on our comments here on Facebook. So have a great week. Be sure to tune in Saturday. We will see you then. And in the meantime, enjoy bringing paper to life.